Now that we've looked at the first two group and we've looked at the first three vowels and we've been able to put them together, today what we're going to do is we're going to look at a new group of letters, and I call them the naughty letters. Now let me explain why I give them that name. First, let me tell you what they are. We have the letter alif, the letter waw, the ra, the za, the dal and the dhal. Good. These are the 6 letters. Now the reason why I call them the naughty letters, it's because of this. First of all, I want you to kind of recall in the previous lessons that we've done, when we've been joining the letters up, all of them connected, right? The sin and the sheen and the sad and the dad, the ba, ta, tha, nun, ya, all of them connected with each other. Now the thing with the naughty letters is that they have a problem with connecting with letters when you write them. The rule is this. The naughty letters, number one, they will connect with any letter before it, but they will never connect with any letter after it. So they'll connect with any letter before it, but they'll never connect with any letter after it, provided that the letter before it is not one of the naughty letters. So let me give you an example, right? I'm going to use the letter ba, alif and sin. So first of all, we have the letter ba, and then we have the letter alif, and then we have the sin here. Good. Now, as you can see, the alif connected with the letter before it, which is the ba, but it didn't connect with the letter sin, which is after it. Because the rule is, like I said, it doesn't connect with any letter that comes after it. Now, I also said that it connects with a letter before it, provided that it's not a naughty letter. Now, if I was to change the ba and put another naughty letter there instead, for example the letter waw, now you can see that the alif hasn't joined with the waw, sorry. The alif hasn't joined with the waw. Why? Because the rule is the naughty letters, they never join with each other. So that's the reason why they're called the naughty letters. So remember, they never join with anything after it, and they never join with each other, whether it's before it or after it. But they, generally speaking, will join with any other letter that came before it. And inshallah ta'ala, the more you practice, the more you understand the concept, inshallah ta'ala. But let's go through these 6 naughty letters one by one. The first is the letter alif. Letter alif is basically your simple A, the a. Okay? And this is what it looks like when it comes at the beginning of a word. This is what it looks like when it comes in the middle. And this is what it looks like when it comes at the end. So it's simple, it's just a straight line, a, alif. 1, 2, 3, beginning, middle and end. And that is really it. And as you can see in the middle, it didn't connect with the letter, subhanAllah, that came after it. But it connected with the letter before it. طيب, let's go to the next letter, the letter waw. So the letter waw is like your ordinary W, the W sound. Now, what does it look like when it comes at the beginning? It looks like this. When it comes in the middle, it looks like this. And when it comes at the end, it looks like this. So again, you can see that it didn't connect with any letter after it when it was at the beginning and middle, but it connects with the letter before it. So this is the letter waw, and you can imagine it's kind of like the letter E in the English language, but flipped backwards, right? That's kind of what it looks like. So if that helps you remember. Now the next letter, it is the letter ra. The letter ra. Good. Now, a good way to kind of help you memorize this word, it's not like the R in the English language. It's more of a, you can imagine, it's like the way I teach kids, and I know it might be silly, but it's like when a lion roars, okay? Ra, 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 okay? That is the letter ra. And when you pronounce it, ra, ra, ar, your tongue kind of goes upwards, right, to the top part of your mouth. And that is the letter ra, ra, ra. Good. So let's see what it looks like when it comes at the beginning. This is what it looks like. And then in the middle. And then in the end. So again, you can see now the curve goes underneath the line, right? So imagine if you were writing these letters on a line, the ra would go underneath it, okay? Curved. And that is the letter ra. Beginning, middle, end, and you can see again, and the letter after it, it doesn't join. Good. Now the next letter is the letter zal. Zal. Okay? Z. Z. It's like your Z in the English language. Now it looks just like the ra. The only difference is that it has a dot on the top. Okay, so ra and then zal. Okay, and again, it's like the Z in the English language, and let's see how it looks like when it comes in the word. At the beginning, it looks like this, and then in the middle, it looks like this, and then in the end, it looks like this. So again, you can see it goes underneath the line, curves, but it has a dot on the top, and that should differentiate between the ra and the zal. Good. Now the next two letters, they look slightly similar, but they're a bit different as well to the previous two. First of all, we have the letter dal. The letter dal. The letter dal, you can imagine it's a bit like a C, right? Backwards. A bit like that. But when you put this in a word, it stays above the line and it doesn't go below the line like the ra did. So that should help you not to get confused. So the letter dal, again, it's like the D in the English language. Let's see how it looks like in a word. At the beginning, it looks like this. In the middle, it looks like this. And in the end, it looks like this. So again, you can see it stayed on top of the line and it didn't go underneath the line. And that should help you when you recognize, when you're looking. Remember, the ra goes underneath and the dal stays on top. Again, they look similar, but there is a bit of a slight difference. And inshallah ta'ala, through the more you recognize, the more you attempt at practicing, the better you get and able to differentiate between the two. Good. That is the letter dal. Then last one is the letter dhal. Dhal. Now the letter dhal, it looks like the dal, only difference is that it has a dot on the top. Now, how do you pronounce it? You have to stick your tongue out of your mouth, outside of your teeth, and give it a tiny bit of vibration. Say dha. ذلك ذلك ذلك, and it's just like that, a little light vibration outside of your mouth, and that gives you the sound. Again, it looks like the dal. Let's see how it looks like in the beginning, middle, and end. At the beginning, it looks like this. In the middle, it looks like this, and then in the end, it looks like this. So again, it's just like the dal. It stays above the line, and it doesn't go underneath the line like the zal that we previously took. It doesn't go underneath the line, it stays above the line. So hence, it is the letter dhal. And you have to be very careful, right, between the zal and the dhal. The zal is like the Z in the English language, and it goes underneath the line. And the dhal, it is above the line, and your tongue has to come out for it. Your tongue has to come out for it. So be very careful in differentiating between the two. Again, the more you see, the more you recognize, the better you get at differentiating between them, inshallah ta'ala. Now let's quickly put some of these letters together and see if you can recognize them. And I'm going to use our previous letters that we've took. So the first word here. The first letter, what is it? It is the letter Sin. Very good. The next letter is the letter Alif. Very good. And the last one is the letter Ya. Very, very good. Let's try another one. The first letter, what is it? It is a Waw. Very good. The next letter, good. This is a Ra. Ra. Okay. The line went underneath. Underneath. Okay. So it's not a Dal, not a Zal, not a Zal, but it's a Ra. Very good. The last letter, it's a Ba. MashaAllah. Very, very good. Let's try one more. The first letter here, what is it? It's a Ya. Very good. 2 dots on the bottom. The next letter, it is very good. It is Dhal. Dhal. The one with the dot on the top and the letter stays above the line. Very good. Dhal. And then the last letter, it is the letter Tha. 3 dots on the top. MashaAllah. Very, very good. Again, more practice, the better you get at recognizing. Inshallah ta'ala, what I want you to do is go through the PDF. Look at the ones that I've given you and attempt them and try to get as better as possible, inshallah ta'ala. And in our next lesson, I'll see you then. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.